Hi, well it's day 103 of my meds journey, my journey to clarity. It's about 9 o'clock in the evening because I didn't have time to do this vlog this morning, and I'm mixing it up a little bit because I'm actually downstairs in my kitchen. I'm usually in my room, but I thought today I would mix it up a little bit and film down here. And I've got my two boys, my two gorgeous lads, with me, sat right next to me at the moment. So they've got their backs to me at the moment, and they're just kind of looking out the window. I don't really want to disturb them. But anyway, it's been a good day today. Been a very, very good day. Been long and quite grueling really, because I left work at 1 o'clock. I had lunch, just a very quick lunch in town, and then just before 2 I got on the bus to go to therapy, to go to group therapy. First of all, I was in there for about half an hour. Then I went to my counselling session, which luckily is in the same building but just down the corridor, which was for about 45 minutes, so it got to about 3:45. That took me up to about 4:45, and then the rest of the time between 4:45 and 5 o'clock I had some more group therapy, quite sort of intensive group therapy. Then after that I left bang on 5, jumped on the bus, went to my GP to pick up my medication and my mum's medication, then back into town, and Chico's just looking round here. They're moving about, the two boys. Then back into town, did a bit of shopping, had something to eat, and then came home. Well, I actually, came home, dumped my stuff, and then went out again 2 hours just to get some bottled water. So, and I've just got back now, had a shower, and I'm nice and fresh and clean again. So I've kind of washed away the day now, which is quite nice. I'm ready to just chill. I've eaten, I've been fed and watered. The boys have been fed and watered. I think Sydney's just eating some more food there. And Chico is just sat on the other side of the kitchen island, just looking out the window. I think he's watching Siddy as well, which is what he always does. They always kind of do that. But yeah, not a bad day overall. I've just not stopped all day, that's the thing. I've been here, there and everywhere. I've been to town, I've been from Levenshulme to town. I've been from town to Hume to Charlton to town, and then town to Levenshulme again. So I've been all over the bloody place, but it keeps me busy, keeps me out of trouble. I have Wednesday afternoons off now for the foreseeable future, which is good, because I'd like to keep it open, because there are days when you just kind of feel, you just kind of need to get stuff off your chest. And when you have depression, it's quite, or anxiety, or indeed both, like I do. Sometimes it's hard to know who to open up to. And for that reason, you tend to internalise quite a lot. I mean, I know I'm not saying anything here that you don't already know, but sometimes, you know, it helps to hear it being reiterated and being repeated, just for you to know that you're not on your own. Because you're not on your own. I mean, I'm always here. Because up until you know, a couple of weeks ago, I was a hermit for a long time. You know, for months and months and months. You know, well, I say a hermit. I did go out, but only if I absolutely had to. There were a few times I met up with friends and stuff, but it wasn't really kind of, you know, it wasn't something that I felt like doing, because I knew that I was in a bad place and I didn't want to inflict my my issues onto anybody else. Even now that I've gone back to work and people have asked me, you know, how I am and stuff, you know, I've just kind of kept the answers brief and not really gone into detail, unless the person who's asked me is someone I know I can trust. You know, in that case they can actually, you know, I do actually open up a little bit more. But I'm very, very wary these days of who I open up to, because that's one thing you learn, you know, when you hit bad times. You know, there are people who may give the impression that they care, but when it really comes down to it, they don't, you know, because they very, very mysteriously disappear. And that's a hard thing to get your head round. It really is hard. And I just really sort of wanted to remind you, you know, with this particular vlog today, I just wanted to really remind you that I'm always here. You know, that's basically my point. You know, and as I've had it mentioned to me on numerous occasions, you know, apparently I'm a very, very easy person to open up to. Which is fantastic, and it's a great compliment. And I really appreciate it. But sometimes I get too involved, you know, in people's problems. And that's part of the reason why I've got my own problems. Because in helping to address other people with their problems, I've not had time to deal with my own. And that's my own fault. You know, I'm not blaming other people at all. It's me, it's just the way I am. I get involved, I care about people, I want to see them happy, I want to see the best in them, you know. And because of that, you know, sometimes I do invest a little bit too much time, maybe more than I need to, or maybe more than I should do. But, you know, it's a learning curve, and I mean, I'm over 40 now, as I've mentioned numerous times, so I'm sure that'll change. I mean, I'm turning into a grump, you know, at times, and I do get, you know, when I do get grumpy, I get very, very grumpy. You know, it's just what I do. But writing actually helps, and doing these vlogs help, and I hope they help you, because I would love nothing more than for you guys to, you know, post videos here about how this page has helped you, if at all. You know, I mean, there's no I mean, I don't profess to know everything about dealing with mental illness. To be quite honest, I'm still trying to get my head around the fact that I have one, myself. You know, I mean, it might only be mild to moderate in my case, but it's still serious enough to have disrupted my life, in the sense that I do get these fits of rage from time to time. Not often, but when they happen, it's just bad. And that's because I don't open up about how I feel. I keep it in, I keep it in, I keep it in, and it just builds and builds and builds. It just escalates, and I can't stop the feelings of anger and frustration that are just burning inside me. Or at least I haven't been able to stop it until now, until a few months ago. I mean, when I had that breakdown in March, man, that was really bad. That was so unlike me, you know. It was awful, you know, and I don't ever want to be in that situation ever again. You know, I mean, for two reasons. One, I could have got arrested, and two, I could have broken my hand, my right hand, which is my good hand, by the way. You know, that's my writing hand. If I'd bust that, you know, I definitely wouldn't have been able to do a fair few things. But anyway, I've been going on here now, prattling on for nearly 12 minutes, so I'm going to get going. It's nice to kind of mix it up and sort of talk to you from a different room. I hope you're okay, I hope you're well, and have a good night. Okay then, bye.